Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. Today we are going to be making a watermelon wreath, and I purchased these cute watermelons today at Hobby Lobby in the spring section, and they are now 66% off. So I got 3 watermelons, and they're lightweight, kind of a styrofoam material. So I got 3 watermelons. I also have a couple different ribbons. I picked up 3 rolls of the burlap ribbon today at Dollar Tree. You also need a wreath form from Dollar Tree, and this is the 14-inch. I picked up this natural raffia at Dollar Tree too. And then you'll need some 10 or 12-inch deco mesh. And then I am going to be using an initial on the right side of my wreath. So I probably should have painted it green instead of red. So I'm going to be using an initial. And you'll need some floral stem wire and some scissors and maybe your hot glue gun and glue sticks for this wreath. So give me just a second and we'll get started. Okay, first we are going to start with a 2.5-inch burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. So you're going to want to take your wreath frame and just flip it upside down, and you're going to thread your burlap ribbon under it. And you're going to want to add a little bit of your hot glue. Try not to burn yourself, be very careful. You're going to glue your ribbon to your frame. Just hold it just a little bit till the glue dries, and you're just going to take your burlap ribbon and wrap all the way around your work wreath. Okay, so I think we're ready. So you can flip it back over if you want to. And you're just going to carefully go around it. And you can overlap a little bit and just keep it pulled tight. And we'll just keep going all the way around until I have it finished. And then I'll hot glue the end just like I did the beginning. And that's it. Okay, it almost took 3 rolls of the 2.5-inch burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. This is all that I had left. Okay, and this is what it looks like. We took the watermelon out of the packaging, and it was really pretty the way they had it tied up. It had a cute little red bow right here, so I may add a bow on each of the watermelon picks. But I think I'm going to actually just barely trim the picks a little bit shorter, and that way if I decide to use them on another project, I can. But I think I'm going to use some rubber bands and just kind of group them together to hold them in place, and then I'll take my floral stem wire and wire them to the work wreath. I wired the watermelon picks to the wreath, and you can see I placed several little wires so that they wouldn't move and they would stay in place where I want them. And then I have got to trim the end of the picks just a little bit. I couldn't get my picks to cut. I didn't have a strong enough cutter because there was actually wire in the picks instead of cardboard, so I had to leave my picks long, but that's okay because the raffia kind of covered it up. So I just took some floral stem wire and wired the 1 roll of raffia on the left side. And it comes in like a 3-pack at Dollar Tree. And like I said, lots of the things that I am using came from Dollar Tree. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer your questions. And then I'll also, on the drop down box, I'll write a materials list out for you. But I usually go back and trim my wires and then fold them down so that they don't scratch my door or anything. And you can also put felt over your wires if you're worried about them scratching your door. And I tried doing a deco mesh bow with the green deco mesh, and for some reason it just did not look right to me. So I ended up not using any of the deco mesh ribbon at all. I went with the gingham checked and the solid white ribbon and just tied a double bow. And I think it just looked better together. I don't know, the green was just kind of like, all I saw was the green bow, and I didn't see the watermelons or anything else. So like I said, I went with this ribbon because it was just kind of like a more subtle look, and I just thought it went well with the watermelons and the raffia and the burlap, of course. So here I'm just going back and forth, keeping it pinched tightly in my left hand, making the loops about the same size on each side, and I let down a tail, and I'm just trimming it at an angle. And you'll want to have your floral stem wire close by, and I'm just using 20 gauge from Hobby Lobby. And you'll just keep it pinched tightly in the center, and then you're going to want to wrap your floral stem wire around the center and give it a few twists and leave it long. Don't cut your wires off because you'll thread your wires through your red burlap ribbon, and then give it a few twists to the back. And then after you get it attached to your wreath, you can trim the wires. But this ribbon does not have wire in it, so it's not as standout type bow, but it still looks good. It's kind of that casual country summer relaxed feeling, and I wanted to go for that. So like I said, it's not going to make that full puffy bow that ribbon with wire makes, but that's okay. And so I just placed it on top of the raffia, just wired it right in. And I also tied a little red bow to go underneath each of the watermelons. And then I also added a little bit of the raffia I opened another roll of the raffia, and I added it on the right side. I ended up placing it under the initial, and then I also added a little bit of the gingham check ribbon that I had left over. So most everything came from Dollar Tree. So like I said, it didn't cost me very much to do this. And the spring decorations are 66% off right now at Hobby Lobby. And the ribbon that I went with is some ribbon I actually had left over from another wreath project. And you'll just want to bring your tails forward. And I also used the remainder of the red burlap ribbon to make another tail, and I just let it hang down, and that way it just, was a little bit fuller, but you wouldn't have to. Sorry if you hear something, my chihuahua's in here with me. But you just kind of have to play with your bow and shape it the way you like. And I really like the watermelon picks. I think they're perfect for this summer, and especially for the 4th of July. And like I said, I just wired everything to the wreath. It's just easier for me to wire things on, and that way you don't have to worry about it falling off. So here's how my bow looks. You could hot glue your initial on, but like I said, I just prefer to wire things on, but it's up to you. Okay guys, here's my watermelon wreath. I made a few changes. Instead of using the 10 or 12 inch deco mesh, I decided to go with this gingham checked ribbon and the solid white glitter ribbon. And so I did a double bow with it, and this ribbon does not have wire or anything, but it is kind of a stiff texture. And then I added the remainder of the burlap ribbon. I just kind of made it into a tail. And then I added, this is one full roll of the raffia, and then I added a piece of the second roll to add with my initial, and then I had a little bit of the gingham check ribbon left over, so I just wrapped it around the T and added it to the right side. So I think that's it. Very simple and inexpensive, very cute for summer. We just picked up a watermelon and a cantaloupe to eat tomorrow. So I hope everyone has a wonderful 4th of July. I hope y'all have some exciting plans with friends and family. My husband has to work, so we did a little bit of celebrating tonight. We made homemade ice cream tonight, and then we're gonna visit with my parents tomorrow and have watermelon and cantaloupe with them. And then on the 5th, we're gonna have a cookout and do fireworks and all that with my husband and kids and family. So I hope everyone has a wonderful 4th of July. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I hit 10,000 subscribers on my channel. So I really appreciate it. Thank you all for subscribing and watching. And y'all are the best. So thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful night.